Greetings fandom, my name is Andre, and for this video, I'm going to talk about some things that are not usually being talked about. Something that's appeared more on social media these days, especially if you use Facebook, the normie platform. And this is something that should not be anywhere on the internet at all. NSFW content. I'll talk about that, okay? I'll start off by saying there are some of those jokes that have only become funny due to the malice that's contained in them. Okay, like I've seen them. I've seen quite a lot of them, and I've never really considered them anything funny at all, unless the true comedic punchline has been placed at the end of it. But you know, most of the time it's not like that. Like most of the time it's just all the corny stuff. All the corny stuff that you can mention inside that one joke. And they're gonna put the malicious part there. And it's the malice that makes the joke funny. But the joke itself is not funny. There are tons of those sex jokes that have really gotten in my mind, but I'm not gonna mention them because this channel is intended to be a family friendly one. Yeah, so to speak. And all I can say is that like these stuff should not be around anywhere on the internet for various reasons. First reason is because of the accessibility of the internet these days. Like it's already known that like anyone who has a smartphone can access the internet, and anyone who can access the internet can access to these sorts of these sorts of contents in these websites, in these dirty platforms that should not even be touched except for the ones who actually have the maturity to touch them. I'm definitely not one of those people, but there are some of them who would really be able to. All right? And now this other thing, second reason why they shouldn't be around is because there are these mature content, or should I say very adult content that should not be around because it influences different types of people. Like, I understand why there are some countries that have preferred to block some pornographic sites, because those countries that have blocked them probably have very high rates of sexual misconduct. It's an understandable thing to do, really, and I know there are those people who are just there for the entertainment, but they're the ones being included in that issue. Like they're just some who are literally just enjoying the art of such adult content, but they don't get to enjoy that anymore because there are those people who tend to harass other people who are influenced by this content, which should not be the case. All right, like there are those people who are after it just for enjoyment, while others are doing it to satisfy their sexual urge. Definitely not the thing, right? But one thing that I can say that could definitely resolve this problem. Actually, just two things, but like I'm going to like mention those two things. Is like there should be like some sort of very strict there should be like this very strict age confirmation system. Okay, the thing is, I'd like to give a shout out to all of those people who are members of my subreddit and my Discord server called Rediscord Memes. And you know that my top rule that I put there is no NSFW content. Okay? And personally, I would very much like to include those kinds of memes, those kinds of jokes as well. But the thing is, there's never really a much stricter way to confirm someone's age. Like the all they're gonna do is like uh write your date of birth, write your age, something like that. And there are those children who can fucking lie about that and get access to those very mature content, which I don't think they're even old enough to see. And because of that, they get badly influenced at such a young age, and that's something that I do not want. And then when they apply those things in their regular lives or in their conversations, they're gonna say, and once their parents find out about it, they're going to ask, where did you learn this? Where did you get this from? And then if they're gonna say, they learned it from my server, they learned it from my subreddit, yeah, they're gonna blame me. I'll be the one to blame because I was not strict enough in letting and protecting those children from that mature content. That's exactly what's gonna happen. And then what's gonna happen next? They're gonna refer to me as a bad influence. I'm gonna get cancelled in different parts of the internet. It's actually like very close to happening right now, but yeah. And that's why I strongly believe that such very mature content should not be available on social media at any time at all. Like, there are those children as well on Facebook who tend to accept friend requests from people who they don't even fucking know, and what they're gonna do is like look through those stuff, and those people don't even know that they share those kinds of mature content, and then they're gonna learn that unintentionally. Like that mature stuff is suddenly gonna come out of their newsfeed, and that will scar their minds for life. That's something that I do not want anywhere else on the internet. And another thing that should be able to like resolve this sort of problem is like there should be some sort of sex education on school curriculums. Like I don't get it. Like these sorts of things are usually considered taboo in many societies, especially if you're from where I'm from. Okay? Like these are some things that they don't usually talk about. And because of that, they don't know about it. And because of that, people who want to get away with doing these things can get away. And that's what makes it terrible. So there should be some sort of way to properly educate them about these things. And maybe some people would actually be more mature about it. Not just make jokes about these indecent humor, but as well be able to clean up the huge crappy mess that the people of the internet have already made. There are way too many of them. And at this point, because of the easy access that many people tend to have on the internet, the very innocent ones are doomed to be scarred. That's something that I do not want in a very long time. I hope all of this will be fixed at some time or another. A clean internet, a clean network. That's all I want, you know?